Hey, everybody. We're live now at the Paste Studios with Draco Rosa. Thanks so much for coming through, man. We appreciate it.
Brad, we're happy. Brad Wagner.
Brad Wagner. Yes,
Woo.
Brad Wagner, Draco
Yes,
Rosa. We are all here. And actually, so since we're doing names, can we take a second to introduce everybody before we get into it?
Doug Pettibone. Tospano.
Direct from Athens.
Rene Camacho. Rob Torres.
All right.
I am Dracula. No, I'm Draco Rosa.
Well, thank you guys all for coming. The sound check has sounded great so far, so I'm looking forward to sharing what you guys do with the rest of the internet. And you're going to do 3 songs today. Can you tell us what's happening first?
Yeah, we're going to play this little jam, Lie Without a Lover. It's from an old record called Mad Love. I love playing this, and since we're here and this sort of stripped down, I love this piece, you know. It means the world to me, this piece. It reminds me of the power of love. Ooh. So if we can hit it, we're going to hit it?
Yeah, we'd love
All
to
right,
hear it.
let's hit it. Ready? Fashioned around you. I guess a bit about the love is no longer haunting you. Come spring anew, and my heart's still blue. Sitting around, waiting for you to perform, to sing a song to me, because I'm bored. You bore me, you bore me, you bore me, you do. You make me wanna run away from you. All these days that hold me as I dwell in my love for you. Spring anew, and my heart still blue. Yeah, I'm still blue. Yeah, my heart's still blue. I know there's a way to become one flame. Will you run with me here to a place where we can disappear? I know these days and nights, and yes, I feel that you're just a little bit closer. You're just a heart away. Oh, I know that you're fine, and I want you to be mine just for another 1,000 days. All these days they hold me as I dwell in my love for you. Come spring anew, and my heart still
That's right. Dude. That sounds great, man. Thank you guys. Can we all right, so you're doing three. And is it Monte Sagrado is the album that's out right now. None of these three tracks are from that album, but I do want to let people know that it exists. It's out in the world. Monte Sagrado is it. You guys are playing songs from all across the catalog.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
I don't even know where I'm going with that. We're stoked that whatever you want to play is it was. I'm positive it was chosen for a reason. That first song sounded fantastic. So
Awesome.
thank you for doing that. But I do also want to shift gears into the humanitarian work that you've been very involved in ever since Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico. You transformed your home into a hospital, basically, in this triage center helped the relief effort in as direct a way that anybody possibly could. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened and what that's been like?
Yeah, absolutely. After the hurricane, I was unfortunately I wasn't there. I mean, I was out touring, but when I got back, it was the trauma and the sadness, and it's very contagious. So I have a foundation, the VFA, which is the Vox Forte Alliance, and it's for stem cell. I'm a 2-time stem cell. I've had stem cell transplants. I had to deal with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So when I started this foundation, I've had so many friends that are doctors, nurses, and what have you. I was able to touch base with them through some other friends and with the group that we work with. We were able to set up, like you said, a triage. We had FEMA there. It was basically set up an oasis in the middle of the mountains. So we're Utuado, which means between mountains, is between the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. And so we're up there in the mountains. It's very difficult. I mean, roads were down, et cetera, et cetera. So we were able to cut some deals, get some help from RAM, from T-Mobile, and we set up this great triage. We were help people. We did these runs with like 5 RAM trucks throughout the mountains, delivering supplies, oncologists, nurses. So it was amazing. We did what we could. It's a year later, and over at our farmhouse, they just installed a pole. So a year later, we're still trying to get internet, right? We're hopefully in the next month or so we'll have internet. So it's been a slow rebuild, and it's unfortunate. There was a lot of hype with Tesla coming in and setting up shop there, but the fact is it's been a big Band-Aid, and the corruption that exists is real, and the stories that you hear from your president are not real. I mean, I'm gathering that people get that at this point. Aside from Puerto Rico, it's been lopsided. So, it's been tough, but it was a great effort and very positive for sure.
Is there anything that this platform could be? We probably should have talked about this offline beforehand, but is there anything that we can use this platform for in order to drive donations, in order to drive resources, or even awareness towards the project that you're up to? Or
the thing with Puerto Rico is that it's a colony, right? It's dressed up as some they call it libre asociado, so you're free but associated. It's some random shit that some gentleman that historically has some weight in Puerto Rico, which, as far as I'm concerned, was a bad idea. Between that and the Jones Act, that's a big problem. Everything that passes Puerto Rico goes and lands in, say, Florida or wherever in the States, and then it's huge tariffs coming back. It's just ridiculous. It's a setup. It's a little scheme that's been going on forever. And so, when you talk about the things for Puerto Rico, it's about that. Getting the Jones Act out of the way is a big deal for me. And the fact that our status as a colony is another big issue. So these are big problems. You talk about the hurricane, but we don't get that resolved. It's part of the U.S. I mean, people recently with the hurricane found out that Puerto Rico was part of the U.S. People are like, do you have a passport? I'm like, I'm American, man, Yeah. So there's that whole, it's so deep and it's such a rabbit hole, So those are the issues. So when we talk about platform, it's like, let's get rid of that. And by the way, let's get rid of the Electoral College, which is a fucking pain. And definitely something that was set up for slavery owners, for slave owners. This is what that was set up. All right, and I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not here. I'm not a history buff, but I know that these are big issues locally. We tried to get what happened years ago in Vieques off the island of Puerto Rico, another big situation, and we went out there, and so we've made some moves, but it's been slow. And unfortunately, it's a hard place for the politicians to be a politician in Puerto Rico because there's no nobleza, there's no one noble there because you can't, because they don't let you play. The noble ones aren't allowed to play, only the corrupt ones. So it's the story that goes out throughout the world. We're looking at it, unfold. But I'm an optimist, and at the end of the day,
so,
I'm an optimist.
However slow the progress might be politically in order to change the entire system, the progress that you made was very quick. It sounds like, because you were able to act locally and open up your place to
no doubt
to help people very, very directly.
Because I always find it weird when people like us say we have the opportunity to talk about these things and platforms, and I'm always in bad taste when I see some of my colleagues go out there to take advantage and take pictures and build videos around them. It's as bad as that Marie Antoinette moment of Trump tossing some paper towel. I mean, what is that? Had I been in that room, I would have tossed it back to the president. Because at the end of the day, it's like, what, are you kidding me? But, of course, they hand select their people to put on a show for, American television, It's gross. And the fucked up part about it is they think that everyone's stupid. And I'm sure there are a bunch of ignorants out there, for sure. But there's a big chunk that just find it ridiculous, and it's just pathetic. The whole thing is ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
so
plenty
upsetting.
of people out there living difficult lives with no resource and no means, who are not dumb people, who are hardworking people.
There's a lot of sides on some sides of these. Again, I'm not talking. It's political, but at the same time, there's these sides where they feel that, that's not my problem. We live on this gumball that floats in the universe. It is your fucking problem. It is my problem. It's all of our problem. There's no point in me being happy and you being miserable, So I just don't think that's the route, So it's a little upsetting. It's very upsetting,
Yeah.
And deep down inside, I do wish that, I find it to be it's a great nation, Puerto Rico. The Puerto Rican people are giving people, are beautiful people. And we've been dealt a strange hand. And for some that go deeper, trying to get into the States and running from all their problems, they would say, oh, well, at least you have an American passport. It's like, fair enough, It doesn't take away. We all deal with our problems. And the level of our problems, obviously, maybe yours will trump mine. But at the end of the day, it is a situation. And it's heavy. And it's taxing. A lot
Probably
of deaths.
not. I mean, I've got my own problems, but I've been a fairly white dude, straight dude in this country for my entire life. So, yeah, I've got my problems, but they don't likely trump the problems of a lot of other people across this earth. As tough as it is for me, it's fucking harder for a lot.
Oh, absolutely, man. There's a lot of difficulties. Yeah, I hope, but I'm an optimist. I really am. I'm hopeful. There are a lot of young, interesting politicians on the island coming up, in and out. Because obviously there's millions of Puerto Ricans, in the U.S. obviously, and more than the Puerto Rico. So I'm hoping the ones that are in the U.S. Get involved and bring some, as I say, nobleza to that platform, to being a politician, because I still believe that it can be done. I know a few good people. It's just tougher for them when they don't play along.
Well, thank you for spreading that message here verbally on the internet during the stream. And I mean, 1,000 times thank you for opening up your home and turning it into a triage center and directly helping people that needed that help. And it's ongoing. This thing's not over anytime soon.
No, it's ongoing, yeah. It's getting better for some.
So you guys, you're going to do 3 songs today.
Yeah.
And can you tell us what's coming up second?
Yeah, we're going to do this song, Luchar por ella. So it talks about that. I could quick translation. I could talk to you about hate. I could talk to you about friendship. I could talk to you about fear. But I'd rather talk to you. I'd rather talk to you about love. So this is what this song is about. Yeah. All right. amistad. Podría hablarte del miedo, hablarte del amor, prefiero. Sin conocerte voy a ti. Nadie se entiende y todo se vuelve en duda. Y al final, la sonrisa de un desconocido vale más. Y al final, la sonrisa de un desconocido vale más, yeah. Podría hablarte del miedo, hablarte del amor, prefiero. Hablarte quiero, hablarte del vacío de los vientos. Hablarte del amor prefiero. Contarte de mis aburrimientos. Y al final, la sonrisa de un desconocido vale más. Al final, la sonrisa de un desconocido vale más, yeah.
Thank you. Sounds great. So is this somewhat similar to what people see when they go out and see you at a live show? So you're at Music Hall of Williamsburg tonight. Thanks for doing this on a show day. I would imagine you got to get out of here immediately and go straight to Music Hall. Is this similar to the arrangement that people see?
Yeah, we do play these songs, obviously, with a lot of might on stage. But yes, definitely.
And we're, dude, relative to this room, I feel that you're like at a 7.5 or an 8 relative to this room, which is great. Thanks for playing loud. It's louder than what most of the time happens in this room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But you guys are doing it well. I mean, it's the mix of what you're doing sounds outstanding in this room. I'm positive that the live stream sounds even better than what's happening in this room, but it is relatively well mixed. Minus vocals, obviously, but everything else is perfectly mixed in the inside of this room.
Damn, I left out of that one. No, that's okay.
And so what? Yeah, what does it look like? There's more might at the live show. So you guys are playing Music Hall tonight, the Royale in Boston tomorrow.
Yeah, Boston December 2nd at the Royale, in Chicago December 1st at a place called Thalia Hall, and tomorrow in DC, the Howard Theater. And then I just want to mention March 16th in Viva Latino, Mexico City. We're going out to Mexico City. We're pretty pumped about that. Yeah.
You guys have had a ton going on recently. You were supporting last year Cake, Judah and the Lion, Ben Folds, Colony House are all. I mean, those guys are all Paste favorites as well. We've had Judah, Colony House all in this room doing sessions with us. So you guys are in good company, and we're enjoying everything that you guys are doing today.
Well, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Yeah, man. Hopefully everybody who's watching, we got a good crowd tuned in right now. There's a lot of Puerto Rican flags.
Oh, really?
The Puerto Rican flag emoji coming through. But there's people from all over tuned in.
Right on.
And so everyone's having a good time. Thanks for doing it. And can you tell us what the third song you guys are doing is?
Yeah, this third song is nice. This third song is it's about this is an old one. This is from 1993. The lyrics are a bit about, I left home when I was 12 years old. I was out living with my uncle in San Juan. We used to live off the Caribbean coast in Ponce. And at the time, coming to Puerto Rico was difficult for me, moving from New York to Puerto Rico. And then this song
shock,
sort of just it's almost like a little letter to my mom. It's just basically this is what it is, Early on, I was
like,
just
thanks a lot, Mom, for sending me from New York to Puerto Rico. Or
I settled in. I love my mom, and it's just one of those things, I just love my mom. My mom's special. She early on was just. She was the one that just anything I wanted, she really fought hard to get it, even if she had to take a little too much out of that paycheck, So she's just she was the best in terms of music, getting me things that are boombox and little things that I wanted. And my dad was like, "That's too expensive."
Is she with us? I mean, is she watching?
She's
is she watching
they're out
right
in
now?
Florida. My mom, my dad, they're awesome.
Is she watching right now?
I don't know.
If you want to directly address her, that camera right there. If you wanted to say anything to her,
I love you, Mama. Te amo con todo el corazón. Yeah. I love my mom. I love my pops too. I love all my family, but she was cool. This song exists because of her. Qué difícil es la vida, siempre de placer voy al dolor. Un poco de amor me hace más daño que morir. Un poco de amor no es suficiente para mí. Dice a mí la vida, yo no sé vivir mejor. Voy de legal, no voy de arte para mentir, no. Y rompo el cristal cuando no sé por dónde huir. nadie me enseñó a sobrevivir. Quiero gritar, pero el silencio me hace mal. No quiero morir, pero vivir me asusta más. Soy un niño callado, baby. Soy un niño callado, baby. Niño callado,
Guys, Draco, everybody, thank you for coming through and playing these songs. Monte Sagrado is the current album. We didn't hear anything off of it at all, and the songs that you guys chose to play were the perfect songs. I'm glad that that you made the decisions that you did, because it was great, man. I hope you guys had as much fun here as we did listening to it.
It's awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah, man. Have a great great show. Shit,
Yeah, December 4th, Chicago, Talia Hall, Boston, December 2nd, Royale.
DC on the
DC, Howard
DC
Theater.
tomorrow. Have a great show
Tomorrow
doing
night.
that. Dude, thank you guys for sharing these songs with us. We really appreciate it. And travel safe, and hopefully we see you again in this room or one of these rooms in this building again soon, man. It's a
Right on, man.
standing
Yeah,
offer.
we'll maybe play that new album someday, hopefully. Right on.